Nomad living. Hardtail e-mountain bike, Trek Marlin 6. Got my shock on there on the seat. Bags, my Trek bags with some panniers in there. Take stuff to the lake. Lake Tahoe is where I'm at right now, South Lake Tahoe. Been pretty fun. This little speaker goes on that light thing right there, and I'm cooking up some dogs in here. Boiling some dogs, some hot links. Making a little spread. I don't know how many of you know what spreads are, but there was a time in my life where that top ramen right there, I'll tell you what, that top ramen went in my belt loop on my bag that I collected plastic and aluminum cans with. And that was a pretty rough job waking up. Usually hungover, as I drank alcohol, cold beer usually. I wanted to go out the easy way. But alcohol's toxic, and you poison your body. You wake up and you kind of regret it. So waking up about 4 a.m. on the side of my father's house, knowing that he's going to get up and go to work like he does today still. He still gets up and goes to work. And I'll put my father through a lot of stuff in my life, and I gotta be honest, the guy left my mom and my sister and me. Yeah, my sister's older than I am, 16 months. He left us for another woman, got married right away as far as I remember, and it didn't last, But I can't imagine the pain he put my mom through by leaving. He left his dad in Minnesota due to alcohol. His mom grabbed him and his brother, and they came to California. So I'm from Modesto, California, the Central Valley. It's 100 degrees there. Like he said today I get to talk to my father, and I'm pretty thankful for that. Yeah, like I said, waking up on the side of a house. Alcohol, yeah, I drink a lot of beer because it numbed every pain I ever felt, every emotion gone. So now at the age of 50 and a half years old, I guess I'm like a overlander. They got everybody learning how to do this stuff, living out here. The last gal I with waited for me. I was in prison for drunk driving, felony drunk driving. I caught 3 of those in my 40s. Went to prison on all 3 of them. First guy I got into the accident with was sitting next to me. Passed away on my birthday, November 16th. And, I drove back to Modesto from Albuquerque, New Mexico after I finished building a Champs shoe store in the mall there. And I was supposed to go back to Farmington, New Mexico and work on a women's Foot Locker. Didn't happen because I drove back to Modesto drunk. So happy. I think it was April 1st and day after Easter, if I remember right. But I went to my buddy's house, and we both were clean and sober for 5.5 years. Went back out, and he had $1 million, so he lived in a nice neighborhood, and I just wanted to go crash on his couch like I always did. Sometimes I'd get drunk and just say, well, I get to get out of the messy neighborhoods that I'm running around in, living in, because I kind of grew up poor, basically, middle class. However, mom worked her ass off. Sometimes she worked 2 jobs, and dad paid $200 child support for me and my sister, while my second stepdad paid $400 for his 2 little boys that were younger than us. And anyways, money's not the issue here. The issue here is living in freedom today. Today is the day still that I get to hold my thoughts captive. And as a man that studied the Bible intently in his 40s, after the April 1st felony DUI, I got into a Salvation Army ARC Adult Rehabilitation Center program in San Jose. California, and I had a broken rib because I busted my steering wheel. Broken rib, broken wrist, and I lasted about 10 days, and then I got prescribed some Vicodin, so I took off and went on another little run, but went back and lasted about 72 days. Anyways, I ended up going to prison. 16 months with half time. Felony DUI with injury. He didn't get injured. He was with me, and I ran into a light pole. He got a bloody nose, and he, with all the money he already had, he sued my insurance, got 60 grand out of it, gave me $100. Long story short, I got out of that prison term after 8 months, where he said he was going to give me like 3 grand on my books when I was in prison. Nah, that never happened. So I got out, and I got drunk on the train ride home because nobody picked me up. 8 months, I studying that word. I got into a Emmaus correspondence school. Now that's Emmaus worldwide. It's they have a Christian college, I think in Pennsylvania, anywhere in America though, but it's a worldwide, pretty good school, man. I love the books. That's the one thing you can get in prison once you're done, you know, and you just are battling something called temptation and trying to escape your emotions. It's very hard at times with physical pain on top of it, riding a bicycle with a bad back, and just knowing if you drink, all that goes away. You won't feel it until you wake up. Yeah, you get healthy in prison. So anyways, second prison term, I went back. I got baptized after that first one. I got arrested in the shirt I got baptized in. Said I'm a follower. Now at Big Valley Grace Church in Modesto, California, they have 2 pictures of me in their baptismal room. One's a big poster, colored, with my eyes coming out of the water, and the guy that was baptizing me, he is in that picture. The other picture is black and white with me, him, and a little girl that got baptized with me. And yeah, I wore that shirt, and I was drinking beer and driving. My sister was in town. I had a problem that my emotions got hurt, feelings got hurt. I drank. So on the second day after I hurt my sister because I left the house, my mother's house, drunk. She tried stopping me, and I just kept driving. She busted my rearview mirror in my Tahoe, and I don't even know what happened to her hand. We've never really talked much about it. I love my sister. She's my flesh and blood, real sister. On the East Coast, to her son Jacob. Now I don't even really know him after our mom passed, I think 3 years ago. And so that leads me to, I went back to prison. 26.5 months I spent on that second felony DUI. I got out. This time the gal pulled over and let me drive home. Now I just spent 26 months, no driver's license for DUI, and the gal that I'm with loves AA. She's taken Alcoholics Anonymous meetings into prisons and facilities for women and men. She's telling me I'm reading too much of the Bible. Okay. Anyways, God bless her. She had cirrhosis of the liver, 8 years clean, I believe, and she drank again and went back out and died. And that was my second time coming out for the DUIs. And I went back again. This time I moved up to the hills, Sonora, with a gal I met online on Facebook. Honestly, I really wasn't interested in her. I just wanted to get out of the hometown I lived in, Modesto, and being homeless and running around, you know, drinking on a bicycle for the short time that I was free in Modesto. It sucks, you know, getting from A to B and having a disability. So I got on SSI. I got approved. I got disability. So now I'm on disability right now, and don't pay much. I got a few skills. The gal that I went up to the hills with, she peed in a bag so I could get into a homeless shelter with her. And then, you know, we started camping at the lake after I got out of there because we were supposed to get a house together. Thank God we didn't. You know, I really thank God that everything works together for good for those that are called according to His purposes and that love Him. So that's the first commandment: love God and love your neighbor. Right? You know something, you practice it. So anyways, my hot dogs are cooking, and yeah, I went back and I drove this gal's car, and I got this 3rd felony DUI. They said I went through a McDonald's drive-through and rear-ended a car and got out of the car yelling, and then I took off out of the drive-through. A cop saw me. I took off, hit and run. I pulled over, Walmart parking lot, Sonora, and I guess I ran up to him and assaulted him, and I know better than that, man. I'd still be locked up right now if it wasn't for God's grace and His mercy. Unconditional love. I don't care how you look at it. That's how I look at it, and that's how I have to look at it, and that's how I keep my mind fixed on things. It's depressing living out here. Mom's gone. 3 sisters don't really have anything to do with each other or me or my dad and his wife, as far as I know. They're grandma and grandpa, you know. This world can be lonely, but we can go out and be a light on. You put a smile on someone's face, you can make them laugh, anything. But this is my little testimony, just on my DUIs. And you know what? I got out a year later after I hooked up with this gal after I got sentenced in Sonora. I went to Faith Home Teen Challenge, first in Oakland. Left there the 99th day, woke up in the hospital, OD'd. I left Faith Home after about 5 months. I went to court. They didn't take me to court, so I had the guy that took me drop me off. I don't know why they didn't take me, but I guess they thought I was strong enough that I knew I was going to prison. I mean, 3rd felony DUI in a row. You went for the last 2, you're going back. And I went there to go serve and hopefully help some young men or anybody that I could share my story with that finds similarities, trying to kill pain, emotions, physical pain too. The back deal sucks, but that's life. Pain management. You deal with what you got. So I woke up in the hospital again, and my friend Ann was there. Dreamboat. She was in a hot mess doing meth, and my mom just died, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to help this girl. I've been friends with her, knew her a little bit, not really, in high school, but she reached out to me before as I was at the Modesto Gospel Mission. And she grew up Catholic. Her mom died drinking. Her dad was still alive. He worked at the church 20 years, something like that. And you know, I thought, right on, this is it. You know, she's got 2 daughters that are grown. One's getting a PhD in criminology. What a interesting story, you know, and it didn't work out. She picked me up out of prison, and I had a large mass on my colon that appeared on a Friday night, and I sucked it up and waited until Monday morning because I knew I was going to get out. So Monday morning I got out, and I had a large mass on my colon. I didn't know, but I didn't go to the doctor till Friday morning. I finally turned myself into the ER. You know what we did. We went and had our little time together, and I had got my mom's inheritance, $40,000, day after I got out of the hospital. I never had that kind of money ever in my life, and you know what? I'm on a mission now, so it's a little bit of my story. I'm going to try to keep making things on Facebook or YouTube and see how it goes. Meeting people all over the U.S. Praise the Lord. I'll raise a hallelujah. Fear you lost your hold on me. This old prison spread.